Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Town Council meeting here, July 27, 2026, 7 p.m. in the McKinnon Council Chambers. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. With allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call.
Councillor Adams.
Present.
Councillor Kelly.
Present.
Councillor Daniel.
Present.
Councillor Grenier.
Present.
Councillor Klein.
Present.
Councillor Lazo.
Present.
Councillor Montigny.
Present.
Councillor Steves.
Present.
And Councillor Provost.
We have a quorum. Actually, Councillor Provost is excused.
Thank you.
Consider and accept the meeting minutes of June 15, 2026.
So moved.
Thank you.
Second.
Very well. Discussion? All those in favor? 8-0. July 6, 2026.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? All those in favor? 8-0.
I'm sorry. May we go back on that? I do have a
On
correction.
July 6,
On
2026.
July 6th, reorganization.
Yeah, very well.
I believe, I'm trying to find it. There was on my nomination as vice, it says that I seconded the motion. I don't believe I did. I seconded my own nomination.
Okay.
Anybody remember who it was?
I think I seconded.
Councilor Klein, if we could change that.
I will. Thank you.
Anything else?
No.
All right. All those in favor of the motion that was amended? 8-0. And then July 6, 2026, which was the regular meeting.
So moved. Take it.
Thank you. Discussion? All those in favor? 8-0. Thank you. Subcommittee reports. Department of Public Works.
We have not met yet, and we don't have one scheduled.
Do you have a scheduled one yet? I do. I was contacted by some citizen members that put interest forms in, and they asked when you planned on having one. All right, thank you.
I haven't seen them yet.
EHS?
We did meet. Agenda items 11, 14, and 20 were all approved to move up to council.
Thank you. General Gov.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. We had a couple meetings in the last 2 weeks, one of which no items are on the agenda, but the first one has a few tonight.
Very well, thank you. P&D?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Through you, we had a meeting on Wednesday, the 15th. Items 12, 15, 21, and 22 are on tonight's agenda, which are board or committee citizen appointments. And item 29 dealing with town hall repairs, and item 30 dealing with additions to the rail trail.
Thank you, Counselor. PPP?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Through you, we met on July 14th. Items number 13, 16, 17, 26, 27, and 28 on tonight's agenda were discussed and approved unanimously.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. All right, Chair, minutes and announcements. Agenda item number 5. Just say I got a couple things tonight. I wanted to thank Ms. Dean, Councilor Montigny as well. We started having further conversations on the access off the highway to hopefully bring it in from 169. Obviously, that's an early conceptual thought process, but we actually had Mass DOT there, and which, mind you, we've come a long way from just having a quick conversation to now Mass DOT, CMRPC from the state has now been involved, and now we have some marching orders to help us move forward to see if we can get some other towns involved. Obviously, we do have to have other towns involved because of the idea of an access exit point off one of the freeways. So that was held on July 8th. I want to congratulate the new board members. Well, they're reappointed or they're re-voted back in. Brittany, Carla, and Stephanie, congratulations to the new leadership, or the same leadership. Congratulations to Stephanie Rivers as well for her re-election to the board. This Friday, we're going to be meeting with Desi, receiver, the school board, EHS chair as well. We're talking about phase 3 of the school system, where the school board, building committee, and what steps are next from the town of Southbridge to the state of Massachusetts through DESI. Also, we're meeting Wednesday in the evening. Town manager, myself, Councilor Klein, Councilor Kelly, and a few others, including planning board and town planner, along with the economic director and a few others, to discuss the data center moratorium. So we'll have a discussion that will be ongoing, and we'll keep briefing the town as we move along with the possibility of a moratorium. Goals and objectives. I'm asking the councilors if you guys can have the goals and objectives or goals for the town manager to me by the 3rd. That'd be great, of August. That way, by the 24th, we set it in stone for the fiscal year 27. If you're a citizen out there, we ask that you volunteer your time to the town. You can put your interest forms in. I know the town manager and Jeanette came up with a whole list of board vacancies and committees. And I know myself and Councilor Klein had asked for them. We do this every few months just to get the interest, and most of the time we get 1 or 2 people out of it to join some of the vacant boards that we truly need help with. August 7th, I think it's at 5:30, Polar Park, Town Takeover. If you go on one of the social media pages or reach out to Katie at the Community Center, Senior Center, you can buy your tickets right there. I forgot who the funds were going to, but any profit from the Town Takeover on the 7th will go to a not-for-profit organization within the town of Southbridge. Again, it's August 7th. Thank Councilor Lazo, Councilor Daniel, the Rios family for walking me through the whole process of the new park, which they're already breaking ground over by Central Street School. I look forward to seeing the final product of it, and I know the family sure is as well. So it's been a concerted effort by a lot of volunteers, and I thank them tremendously for their hard work and those businesses that are volunteering their time and funds to make this park possible. I want to thank the Deputy Chief Hewlick for taking a tour of the new fire station today. Pretty nice building, I would say the least. Obviously, the washers and dryers and the desks are not in there yet. A lot of walls and stuff like that, but a lot of things are happening over there. It looks pretty amazing over there, and I know Councilor Klein came today, Councilor Grenier came, as well as Councilor Kelly, along with the town manager and the chief. There was some citizens that reached out to me and asked me, there's I guess a perception out there, the only time that a citizen or an employee can talk at a town council meeting is during citizens forum. That is not true. You may come up here at the citizens forum and speak on anything that's not related to what the agenda has. You get 5 minutes to speak, but you may get another 5 minutes to speak on an agenda that's not there, or your own idea. It could be from Memorial Day to a conservation thing, or you can get another 5 minutes on extension on top of that if the councilors choose to do so. You only get to speak once, though. Once you sit down, that's your one opportunity to speak up there. So if you have 10 minutes worth of material, you're allowed to come up here to the podium. But again, 5 minutes and then a possible 5-minute extension. Now, if it's on the agenda itself, let's just say tonight we have some appointments. And say you want to talk about good things about individuals that want to be appointed. On that agenda, you can speak on that individual or whatever that agenda is for 3 minutes. You can also get an extension of extra 2 minutes as well. So every citizen, actually employee as well, can get up here and speak at the podium on any agenda items or things that you want to promote or things you want to discuss with the town council. I will state this, when you go up here, you come through the chair. You speak to the chair. So it'll be my decision to make if the town councilors can respond or the town manager at that point in time. Okay, so I just wanted to make that clear. And lastly, Sharon, I wish you nothing but the best. We're losing our recorder on the 31st of July. We thank you for your dedication to the town. This job, it's very thankless. You're here at night in this beautiful, hot air-conditioned room with a little bit of fans going on, whatever it may be. But thank you so much for all the work you do. We all know Sharon from Elm Street Cafe as well. Remarkable job she does over there. But thank you again. I wish you nothing but the best in the future for you and your family.
Thank you, Dave.
Agenda item number 6, Town Manager's announcements.
Thank you. Just a couple things. One, the concerts on the Common, I would like to thank Mike Brunel and the team there. I had the opportunity, first time in a long time, to be able to go, not this past weekend, but the weekend before, with one of our town employees, is in a band, Tipton Rock Road Band. Very good, great turnout, beautiful night. So if you have the opportunity, we have a couple more concerts left. Please get down there to see those concerts. It's a great event. Cops and Kids is ongoing with the fire department. Our rec program is in full swing, so we have a lot of great things for the kids. Construction is finalized on East Main Street. River Crane is ongoing, and we'll be moving to the downtown project, and we'll get an outline out soon for that. And just in regards to the fire station, again, thank you, Deputy Chief Hulick, those councilors that came today. We're about 75% completed on that project. Happy to announce as of today, and don't want to jinx anything, of our construction budget, we are $32 under budget for that project so far to date. So, for a project of that size and scope, to be able to be on budget, pretty much on time, the timeliness was really because of the winter conditions that we had, which was an extremely cold winter, but they are making up. For us to be in that position right now, with that project at that substantial completion, is a testament to the Fire Station Building Committee, our Deputy Chief, who is constantly, as former Council Chairman Lazo would always say, knocking the tin, very much diligent on making sure that we are staying within budget, watching those change orders that I know several councils don't like, which I don't like them either, but great job so far, and we're well within our contingency, looking to return back to the town the $1 million of free cash that was allocated for that project, which would be great for other projects that we have in the pipeline. So we are hoping to have substantial completion by September and full occupancy by late October, early November. So that's a great project for that area. And if anybody that's gone down there, really is going to be a great showpiece as people move into town. Well needed. You know, and a lot of conversation today, and I appreciate the conversation, the questions by Council Klein and other councilors as to the size of the building and how we explained what the size of that building is, what the current footprint is, reason why everybody's talking about how big it is. The real reason for as big as it is, if you go walking through it, is the size of the bays itself, that we are able to get equipment in and out of there safely and accommodate all the equipment, but the technology that's going in that, the number of showers and bathrooms that were commented on today, that they're going from really one shower to probably about a half a dozen throughout that building. Great project. I'm so excited to be done and looking forward to that. And again, the boards and commissions, if you're interested, please contact our office, put in an interest form. I have interviews this week with 2 individuals that are looking to go on the liquor board. That is the process. You put your name in. Anything that's appointed by town manager, subject to confirmation by the town council, requires that you put in an application and then come to me for a interview, because I need to know who I am recommended to serve on these boards and commissions that are going to represent us as the town of Southbridge and the town council. So that's all I have right now. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Town Manager. All right, bear with me while I go through number 7, which is a presentation by myself of the town manager's goals and objectives for fiscal year 26. It's an overall summary. Individual councils were responsible for their own evaluation and conversation with the town manager based on what the town council had voted on back in August of 2025. So this here, those are individual evaluations that were presented to the town manager. What I did from last year is I took it and summarized it, which is by law something that we're required to do. And just bear with me while I go through this whole paragraphs. All right. Town manager summative evaluation narrative. Evaluation period was from August 28, 2025 to June 30th of 2026. Following completion of the annual performance evaluation process, the town council finds that the town manager has met overall performance expectations during the evaluation period, earning an overall score of a 3.46 average, which meets expectations. Throughout the evaluation period, the town manager demonstrated a strong commitment to the organization through a consistent work ethic, professionalism, and dedication to serving the town of Southbridge. The council recognizes that the town manager's knowledge of the municipal government, including the Home Rule Charter, the Massachusetts general laws, procurement requirements, municipal finance, and day-to-day operations. The manager successfully navigated a number of complex operational, financial, and organizational issues while maintaining continuity of government services. The council acknowledges meaningful progress in several key priority areas. Significant accomplishments include maintaining the town's financial stability, strengthening the finance team, advancing multiple infrastructure and capital projects, supporting improvements to municipal facilities, expanding communications through the town manager's forum, social media, cable television, public meetings, and continuing to pursue economic development opportunities through partnership with local and regional organizations. The manager also supported initiatives benefiting Southbridge seniors, including property tax relief efforts and improvements to the senior center itself. Council further recognizes the manager's willingness to address difficult organizational issues, providing leadership during periods of change, and work collaboratively with employees, elected officials, residents, and community stakeholders themselves. These efforts have positioned the town to continue making progress toward its long-term strategic goals. While acknowledging these accomplishments, the council also identifies several areas requiring continued attention during the coming evaluation period, which will start as soon as the town votes on them for fiscal year 27. Improved communication with the full town council remains a priority. Council members express the importance of receiving timely, consistent, and comprehensive information regarding municipal operations, financial matters, major projects, and emerging issues to support informed policy decisions. Council also encourages greater emphasis on organizational management practices, including implementation of comprehensive department head performance evaluation system, increased employee accountability, improved internal communication, again, and continued efforts to strengthen morale and foster a positive workplace culture throughout the town hall. Financial management remains a significant strength. However, the council recommends providing more regular financial reporting throughout the fiscal year, expanding cross-training within key financial functions, and continuing successful planning efforts to ensure long-term organizational stability. With respect to council goals and objectives, the manager made measurable progress in workforce development, municipal infrastructure, economic development, public safety initiatives, and senior services. Continued attention should be directed toward developing long-range staffing plans for major operational departments, improving communication regarding solid waste and recycling operation, and establishing measurable performance benchmarks that allow the council to better evaluate progress towards strategic objectives. Overall, the town council finds that the town manager provided capable, dedicated leadership during a period of significant organizational activities. The council values the manager's professionalism, integrity, fiscal stewardship, and commitment to Southbridge residents. Moving forward, continued focus on communication, organizational accountability, performance management itself, and strategic planning will further strengthen municipal operations and improve service delivery to the community. Town council appreciates the town manager's continued service and look forward to working collaboratively during the upcoming evaluation period to advance the council's goals and priorities within or with input and support from the town manager. And it's provided during the public town council meeting, July 27, 2026. Thank you. At this time, agenda item number 8, citizens forum. If anybody would like to speak, please state your name and address. And yeah, name and address. Come on up right up to the podium, sir.
Thank you.
If you could state that again, sir.
My name is Rick Stoddard. I live at 23 Jacobs Road in Southbridge. My wife is here also. Her name is Christine.
Can you lift up the mic?
That way we catch the audio for us. Thank you, sir.
Okay, we ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
You
Yeah.
ready? All right, we moved to Southbridge about 20 years ago, and we waited until we were in our 50s to buy what we considered to be our forever home. And we chose Southbridge. We didn't have to move to Southbridge. We had choices all over the state, Connecticut, and everywhere, but we chose to live here. We love Southbridge. I love everything about this town, even when it really sucks sometimes. But I still love it. We have grandchildren that were born here. We have grandchildren that attend school here. So we are generationally vested in Southbridge. My wife and I had dreams of growing old here, enjoying it, enjoying the animals and stuff out back. It's a great place to be. What a place to lay back and really enjoy your retirement. Until I hear about data centers coming to town, until I hear that there's meetings going on that I had no clue were happening about data centers. Data centers, according to scientists, recommend that you live anywhere, and these are proven facts. These are data centers that are already in place and already operating in other towns. And so now small towns like Southbridge, where we are economically underdeveloped, they're looking for towns like us to bring those data centers to. We're talking about, they want you to live anywhere from a half a mile to 2 miles away to avoid the massive noise that reaches decibels of 80 to 100 decibels at the fence line, which is equal to a leaf blower blowing 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We're talking about massive water usage that will absolutely devastate our water supply. We have great water here. Ask Charlton, they buy it from us all the time. The Treehouse Brewery buys our water, and if I'm not mistaken, I believe Amazon has our water. Yeah, well, that's disgusting. So we're talking about bad water usage here. We're talking about the Quinnebog River that took generations to clean up, that will turn into nothing but a garbage dump again. The water will be devastated. There will be no fish. There will be no wildlife there. Localized light pollution. Anyone that lives anywhere near a data center will tell you that that place is lit up 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for security and other things that go on there. Their electricity is measured in megawatts, so they use massive amounts of electricity that will strain any grid on any town, especially a small town like Southbridge. Now, rumor has it that they're willing to pay to have our systems upgraded, but it's not really true. What happens is they're giant generators that can run these massive data centers, are also run on diesel generators. If their power surges at any level in that data center, they switch to the diesel generators. While they're pulling all this megawatts out from our power, well, it stops suddenly and floods back into the system. Now you have operators that are trying to keep up with an overflooded system, and we go into rolling blackouts. I don't know about you, but I'm not looking for rolling blackouts. Our serenity will be decimated. I cannot imagine what it would sound like at night around here. I live not too far from Hyde, and sometimes during the day when it's very quiet, I can hear the fans at Hyde running. I can't imagine what a massive data center would be like to deal with that kind of noise. So also, dealing with the massive energy that they also draw is going to increase our rates too, and I'm not going to go into great detail because I don't have a lot of time. There is no long-term employment. It is non-existent that goes with these plants. There's short-term employment to build the plants that may last about 2 years, could employ 100, maybe 200 people, depending on the scope of the job. But then after that's done, a medium size, which I would assume would come to Southbridge and the OA Center, would be a medium-sized project, would at the very best employ 30 people. And most of those are high-skilled jobs, except for maybe security or some of the maintenance jobs. I want someone to just show me where the value is for the town and for the people of Southbridge. I see no value in a data center coming here. And I know this is not on the town's agenda at the moment, but I want this to be a warning shot across the bow that the people of Southbridge will not stand for a data center built at the old AO facility or anywhere else in our town. Thank you.
That's a hard act to follow. But Maureen Doyle, 771 Lebanon Hill, Southbridge. I've heard a million times, we need an AO again. The American Optical started in Southbridge. It did not move in. It started here as Beecher's Optical on Main Street. And this data center is no AO. It's been brought in, and it doesn't have many jobs. It's just going to leave us with a lot of pollution. And yes, I will admit the AO left pollution, but they also didn't know about some of the things that we know about now. Being on the Conservation Commission, I think we cleaned up optical, no, what was it called? Rouge Brook in 2015. Yeah, so I'm aware that there were problems, but nothing like this will be. We need to encourage growth from within, but not attract another destructive business that offers us oodles of money to pollute and disrupt our environmental justice community. Then they'll leave when they being big tech, like Amazon, Meta, Google, have made enough money. They're just using us. It wasn't long ago that Southbridge was plied with money from a polluter. We need to realize that these destructive businesses bribe us with money because they are using us. And if these data centers are so great, why are they built in secret? As Rick was, or somebody was saying about the meetings having in secret. Across the country, Aaron Brockovich on the Jim Costa show cites 4,000 data centers are being built. Many make municipal officials sign NDAs, which are non-disclosure agreements. These data centers use tons of water to cool their chips and infrastructure. Water, I will remind you that as taxpayers, we will provide, and the EMFs emitted disrupt pollinators, which we also need. The heat generated creates heat spikes. And each data center can use as much electricity as 50,000 homes each day. How are we going to meet this energy goal, our energy goals, with that kind of usage? So I encourage everybody on the council not to sign an NDA, and I encourage a ban. Another thing, I think it's terrible that Southbridge is sacrificing the handicap spots for the electric chargers. It seems like another situation of the citizens being displaced by big business to me, and I would love it if somebody would speak to that. Mr. Manager?
I take your comment. Well, I'll provide
Okay.
feedback at a later date.
Thank you.
Thank you, Maureen. I just want to point a clarification just to the public. Point of clarification on meetings in secret. There has been no meetings as far as data centers in secret. I called for a meeting last week or a week before via an email asking that the town manager, Councilor Klein, planning board, the town planner, economic development, and any other staff member, be it the chief of the fire department, all that kind of stuff, to have a meeting to discuss a moratorium so we do it right, and we do it right the first time. There's been towns in which the state has negated agreements, basically saying that they are not going to have the data center, and they've taken over the state because some of the things that are in there were not lawful. We want to make sure we do it right and, you know, go through everything, because just as much as I don't want to speak for the council, all the councilors, but I knew a lot of them are against it. But I will state this: sometimes I just don't know enough to make an informed decision, and I want to make sure we do that the right way, and maybe a moratorium is the way to do it. So Maureen, I just wanted to let you know that. Thank you.
Can I just?
Yeah, Mr. Town Manager.
Just for the public as well, just her question about the handicap space, it was not my intent to dismiss that. The reason for citizens forum is for people to give us input. We take it and then we respond at a later date or respond to that individual. So it's not that I'm discounting any comments that are made. That is the way the rules and regulations go, that it's not a debate. It's opportunity for citizens to provide us, the town manager and the council, information, input that we will follow up. So my report that I will follow up with you is not to dissuade anybody from speaking. It really is, that's the way our process goes. And just to echo what the chairman said, there has been no official request for a data center in the town of Southbridge, either through my office or anybody else in the town hall's office. It was a comment that was made at one meeting by somebody that said, perhaps that facility could be used as a data center. And the reason for the town council chairman and us taking the proactive approach to be prepared and do it correctly. So just very clear, nobody, absolutely no one has made a request either in verbal, written, or any other communications to the town manager's office saying we want to place a data center in the town of Southbridge. So I just want to get that out because we hear you. That's why the town council chairman is taking the action that he is. Okay? Just to get it out there. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Town Manager. Ma'am?
Hi, my name is Alicia Teague, and I live at 257 Worcester Street, apartment 803, Southbridge, Massachusetts. I've lived here since August of 2014. I moved from New York City, and before that I lived all over the world, San Francisco and London, and I grew up in Lowell, Massachusetts. And I'm really proud to be from Lowell. There's a lot to like about Lowell, but there is a huge data center there, and my family has been negatively impacted by the noise, the light pollution. A company, an international industrial company, extracting resources from our town for an industrial, something that's disrupting industries across the world, and regular working people's, income, livelihoods, the things that we use to feed our families. That's the reality of data centers. We're not talking about what we would get out of it. I mean, I'm sure for a little while there would be really positive revenue generated. But unfortunately, I think that what we need to address, because I appreciate what Mr. Hoven was sharing with us, I was aware that there was a moratorium being considered for data centers, but this caused me to go on sort of a dig through our website. And there are a lot of projects that don't have important documentation attached to them, and I think that that might have caused some of the confusion here tonight. An example of one of those projects that I couldn't find any of the normal documentation that you would expect is 276 South Street in Southbridge. The project has been before the Zoning Board of Appeals and the Planning Board for required local approvals, but there's no, I searched all the agendas and then I looked at all of the links, and there's no documents that are required, like the application, the engineering plans, the traffic study, the sound study, the environmental reports, the utility demand analysis, or the host community agreement. These are all legally binding documentation that should be available to the citizens of Southbridge if there's any plans available on the website, and it did lead to some confusion. And I just wanted to definitely make you all aware of it because I really value your time and the service you do for this community. I don't want to do it, right? From the bottom of my heart, I really appreciate what y'all are doing, and I would be happy to help. I work at McKinsey & Company as a senior security manager. I can build a website out for y'all in any way that you need it, or help you to convert some of these paper forms into documentation in a really light and manageable way. And I would be willing to dedicate this time. I think that as you're talking about joining community boards, I'm super into that, but I am not into having to mail a letter. It's 2026. You know, we're never going to get Gen Z in here if we are all on paper. It's just not possible. Mr. Hoven, I did find your email address, and I will be submitting my forms in like an email, but I'm sure that's inconvenient for you because I know that there's a process established, and I really want to make sure that I respect your time, your expertise, and the generosity you show with this service. So thank you for this time. I really appreciate it. And yeah, thanks for what you're doing for our town. It's awesome.
Can you state your name one more time? I didn't hear it from, I'm a deaf.
Oh yes, I'm sorry, I'm
radio.
quite light spoken. So my name's Alicia Teague, and I live over at Rosemead Apartments, and before that I lived at 9 Hillside Road near the golf course. I'm really proud to live here. I love it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, everyone. My name is Michaela King. I live at 538 Main Street, apartment number 2. I'm super nervous because I've never come to any of these meetings before, but I actually am Gen Z, but I'm also a mom. I moved to this community 2.5 years ago from Marlborough, Massachusetts. Southbridge seemed like a nice mix of community, like it seemed like a very, a place that has a lot of potential, especially when it comes to growing and businesses, and I do feel that as of right now, Southbridge might be a bit, like there's so much potential, especially on Main Street with all the businesses that could be available for people to rent. I did come here to speak about data centers as well. I understand that there's not like any plan officially in place to have a data center, but I just feel like a data center could potentially ruin the potential that Southbridge has to create new businesses. Thank you. Instead of driving people to come to Southbridge from surrounding cities, because a lot of places are, we have transplants. We have transplants from Worcester. We have transplants from Connecticut, because everywhere is getting so expensive that everyone is coming to us because we're not as expensive, but we have a nice community. Sorry, I'm shaking. I'm so nervous. Thank you. So I just fear that a data center will drive away all the people that would potentially want to come here to build a life for themselves, to build a business, to build a family. And I hope that you guys take into consideration the effects of like the public when also making a decision that might seem like it's beneficial, but it's not. I just really would request that you guys do all the research necessary, whether it's the water usage or the electricity. There's a lot of people out here that are struggling, myself personally, and I feel like the electricity, the way that it's going to skyrocket with a data center being implemented, it would just completely negate any beneficial like tax revenue that the data center would generate. That's really all I have to say. I just hope you guys do your due diligence. I appreciate your time, and I hope you guys have a good one.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Judith Papineau, 37 Charlton Street, Southbridge.
What was your name again? I'm sorry.
Judith Papineau. I moved out here like, shoot, I think it was like 25 years ago, let's say. Yeah, in 2021 I moved out here. My youngest, she was 18 months and I moved into the village. There was a program in the time that I was in that helped me get an apartment, stay out here, and build a life with my child. And then I met my husband a few years later, and we moved to Webster, but then 5 years ago, we bought a house here in Southbridge. And I've always loved Southbridge, you know, I've never had a problem with it. However, I do have a problem with the data center coming to Southbridge. It's gonna negatively, sorry, I'm nervous too, I don't normally do this. It's gonna negatively affect the whole community. Everybody else made such good points, but one thing that I do, because I do like a deep dive, I do the doom scroll, as I call it, when I get really interested in a subject. And this one intrigues me. But it also, not only the strain with water, like we're a drought-ridden community usually, you know, and the consumption would be great, the electricity, it would drive up our costs, obviously, but then it would also cause strain on our local, like, fire station in X, Y, and Z. What I've realized is when I've looked into articles on data centers on how often they need fire stations to respond to them for basically overheating or, you know, just basically, oh, sensors are going off. And so we already have a problem in this town with our with our short staff when it comes to our first responders. I know that, I see it all the time on the town forum. So my thing is look into that as well, because it will put a strain on our first responders, which are already pretty thin. You know, imagine having to go, you know, fight a data center, say it's up on South Street, over by the hospital, even though it shouldn't be there in between a school. Let's just say they put it there, you know, and say something really bad happens, right? You got a school on one side and you got a hospital on the other, you know, like, there's just so many things that, when it comes to data centers, we need to, like, do a deep dive, you know, and we're just brushing the surface. We haven't even, like, truly, you know, gotten into how it truly affects people long-term, you know, and that's all I really have to say. I don't want to take much more of your time. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello. Can everyone hear me okay? All right. I'm Andrew Gullickson. I live at 325 Torrey Road, Southbridge, Massachusetts. First, I'd like to start by commending the council for at least taking data centers seriously and considering all the ramifications. But I'd just like to point out a few things that concern me as a citizen. So my first concern is how much electricity will the data center use? And will it affect electricity bills? I live with my parents, they're both retired, and they tell me all day about how high their electricity bills are. I don't want to increase it anymore. Also, how much noise will it produce? And we should really ask where it will be placed, because if it's placed close to downtown, that would destroy any prospect for business down there. I don't think a business would want to be in a place where noise is always happening. Could turn customers off. And I think one of the most important questions, and something I have not heard being brought up yet, is the water usage, especially in our region. I'm sure you're aware that in the summer there are droughts. There are instances where we really need the water. And if a data center is under contract to consume a certain amount of water, then we're kind of stuck. Obviously, I want good economic development for our town, but I just encourage the council to ask these questions and to really do their research before agreeing to anything. And just as a side note, I also did my best to research, but I found it was very hard to navigate the site and get the documents, so I would just encourage more transparency. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good evening. Laurel Wolf, 111 Main Street. I just want to let everybody know here who might have questions about this, how this first came to some of the residents' attention was via a planning and development committee meeting. And that can be viewed on Southbridge Community Television. It was at the end of May, I want to say May 21st, might be 28th, but you can find it as CTV films and records all of these meetings, not just town council. I'm so happy to see so many people here tonight, and I urge you to always, when you can, watch these meetings on SCTV, because they will show you how the town is operating, how decisions are made, and it's the most accurate way to keep informed. But at this particular Planning and Development Subcommittee meeting in May, a representative from Lundgren Equity Group took up a large portion of that meeting. They have taken over via bankruptcy court the entire AO complex, the entire thing. Chip Norton, who was the owner of that, has gone under. He's out of it. There was one bidder for that property in bankruptcy court in Boston. One. And it was this London group who are based in Auburn, Massachusetts. They are equity developers and investors. They're not interested in we as citizens. They're interested in making money. So just to clarify how this all got going to begin with. In 1859, in Concord, Massachusetts, Henry David Thoreau, among many things, wrote, "What we call wildness is a civilization other than our own." In other words, all other things are valid. It isn't just about us. And humans have been engaged in remarkable arrogance since the beginning of time. And at the end of our lives, it might be great to be able to look back and say we made a couple of decisions that were good for everybody. And the more participation we all have, the more of all of you who stay engaged, because this data center question is going to be an ongoing debate and question. I urge you to watch the meetings, Conservation Commission, Planning, Zoning, Planning and Development. Stay up to date. Don't rely on Facebook facts. Don't listen to somebody who says, "Oh, I heard." You can go to Southbridge TV and find out what's really going on. And this is going to be a thing for a while, I think. And the more people who know what's going on and want to get involved, that would be great, because it's going to demolish Southbridge if data centers come in. And this Lundgren Equity Group is entertaining the idea of data centers coming into the AO complex. Nothing has been decided or voted on. It's just among the many things Lundgren is considering. So, thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else?
Hi, I'm Lori Brennan, and I'm proud to live at 47 Jacobs Road, right here in the eye of the Commonwealth. You know, my husband and I moved here from Worcester about 9 years ago, and we did, just like my friend there, my neighbor, we looked all over the state. We could have moved anywhere. We weren't tied to any one community. And we just happened to find the perfect house in the perfect yard right here in Southbridge. Some days, I can sit out in my backyard and press my Merlin bird identification app and get up to 30 different birds. A lot of times I wake up in the morning and there's a deer staring right in my window. So, you know, I really appreciate the nature that I'm lucky to have right here in Southbridge. And I know that the constant noise of a hum at 85 to 90 decibels, the constant illumination, the pollution from the diesel generators, and the consumption of our water is going to destroy our wildlife here. And I just really urge you to consider that and really work on that moratorium and get it right so that we can protect Southbridge. I have a lot of friends here that are raising their children and their grandchildren, and they want to stay here. And just protect our community. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, everyone. My name is Mark Papino. I live at 37 Charlton Street. From what I heard, the data center is not going to benefit anybody except big business.
Can you speak next to the mic, please?
The data center is not going to benefit anybody except big business. Draw it to make money. It's like strip mining, right? After you're all done, the land is decimated. That's what's going to happen to Southbridge probably in the next 5 years if this goes through. So, I don't know, I got displaced and I moved to Southbridge in 2021. My neighbors are 18 feet all the way around me. I live in the middle of Southbridge. I don't live on the outskirts, so I live in Southbridge. So I like living here. It's a good community. I have no problem with my neighbors. You know, I think it's pretty well safe. I mean, except for the kids, but kids will be kids, right? I know that, right? So, for me, it's I'm in the midst, every year, things go up. Things go up, property taxes go up, water and sewer goes up, electricity goes up, obviously gas is going up, right? We have to get around, so we have to pay. And I feel like, I pay enough. I pay enough. My community is a good community, and I don't think it's no benefit of having this come to our town. And, what's the benefit? They're gonna backdoor us, and then after they're done, they're gonna leave us. And then we're gonna have all these problems. The wildlife is gonna die, our pollution's gonna happen, everything's gonna happen, but for the greater good, let's not do this. Let's not do this. I plan to make a life here, but, I don't want to live somewhere where it's not going to be safe for me and my family. It's about being safe, right? Our community, happy, joyous, and free, So, I don't think this data center is going to benefit anybody. Everyone's is whoever the big business is, that's who's going to get the benefit. And it's getting placed between a hospital, a reservoir, and a school. That can't be good for the people that are sick in the hospital, or the reservoir, or the school. So with that, let's keep Southbridge clean. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good evening. Craig Moreau. Where am I from? Ashland Ave, Southbridge. A couple of issues that I heard talk about was the water. And I think we all know from being witnesses over the years, a lot of older people in here, the issue with Aaron Brockovich and with PG&E, and where there was only because a few key players were able to tell what happened, what was done, so they had good witness. Otherwise, the legal team with Brockovich was, this can go, they can bury us legally. We'll never get to the bottom of this. And they did. I believe those people have nothing to do for us. They could give a shit about us. They don't care about us. We will be a means for them to make more money, which we're seeing consistently over and over and over. When you see who's at the top and how much they're making and the depth of it, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. The issue with water is, I can see, because Massachusetts always makes the warning of losing power in the summer. They always seem to be on the edge. California is a failure of being able to sustain through the summer without blackouts. I read business. I like business stuff. I read quite a bit of it. And what they're looking at doing, Elon Musk just announced it the other day, was he's going to use natural gas. Some of these, I think there's maybe 6 of the AI companies, the big ones that are going to be doing this kind of thing. And he said he's going to go with natural gas. If you look into the nuclear venue, where they're able to make smaller units, not for a whole city, but for almost a city the size of these things, because they're not going to be held by the people that supply from Massachusetts and the governor and all the rest of the BS that goes on. They're going to be self-reliant. And the water issue is, the legal world is theirs. It's not ours. It's not anybody in this town that's legally going to be able to go up against these people. It's just not going to happen, because they know what they're doing, and they're big and bad and bold and got all the money. But the issue with water, we could make it so that the water has to be reprocessed. The water has to be redone. Reclaimed, cooled, cleaned, filtered, go back in the system. So you're not taking out of I used to do HVAC in the city, some of these big HVACs that used water to cool. And the water goes through and it's done. They use it, they take the coolness out of it, it goes out hot. That's what they're looking at. But we could make them, if they wanted to do this, you have to recycle the water, you have to reclaim the water. And the power won't be an issue because they'll have their own power source and they can make it as big as they want, basically. So that's a couple of issues, but I wouldn't trust them personally, and I don't think you'd see them in Martha's Vineyard or Dedham or Nedham, or, you know, if you see them, it's going to be here, it's going to be Framingham, it's going to be Lawrence or whatever, you know, and it's going to be because we're liable to be able to do it for them and make the means for them or give them the open door. They're not going, they wouldn't do it in other places in the state, the people that, you know, are going to be sitting pretty. So that's my opinion. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's been a minute since I've been to one of these. I'm Chris Olivo, 76 Elm Street, Southbridge, Mass. And, you know, I recently heard about this data center or talks of a data center in our town. And, you know, some of the stuff that I've been looking at recently has all been revolving around the data centers. And I could echo all the things that the fellow residents have said. But to put in perspective how much we use or how much water would be used just to run a data center is 5 million gallons per day. On average, it says right now, I think the town of Southbridge is using 2 million gallons per day without sourcing out to other communities around us. Baby, that's a lot. And then the electricity draw that's going to be, that's going to draw on us, of course, will result in rolling blackouts or whatever can happen. But this is also going to affect the usage and the price that we're going to be paying for these utilities. It's going to raise our utilities. And in some communities that I have researched, one particular community has been dealing with a data center for 2 years now, has decreased the property taxes by at least 25%, and that's in Dowagiac, Michigan. And it's had health impacts on the community as well. And at this point, I know that it's just talks. I urge you guys to open this up to the community and have 100% community involvement with this as it goes into whatever process you're going to go into with this, because we are here. I've been here over 20 years, much like some of these people. Some of these people have been here longer. However, I do love this town. I have dedicated my time to this town and will continue to support the people on this board. But I just urge you to really just take into consideration these things that are really playing a part and how it will affect our community. I don't think that a data center is the answer to our economical growth. I think that we really need to look at building the downtown and bringing more people in, residents. That's really all I have to say. Again, I urge you to involve the community in whatever decisions y'all are going to be doing moving forward. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Anybody else? Last time. Oh, there you go.
Hi there, Janice Clements, 128 Country Club. I'm actually not going to talk data center tonight. Well, it's an important subject, which I'm sure will be discussed over and over coming up, so I'm looking forward to hearing all the comments. Southbridge Holiday Visions, people, I am once again out here looking for some elves with a little talent to join us at the warehouse every once in a while. We're going to be posting the times and dates that I will be there, and hopefully somebody else will be there to join me. We have our vision in place of what we're going to do this year, but we really need people to help us pull this off. You know, just Rome wasn't built by just one or in a day. So we need to take the next few months to plan for our November event, which will take place on November 28th this year. Sorry, Saturday, November 28th, which is the Saturday after Thanksgiving. That is when we'll have our parade and our event on the town common. However, it takes a lot of time, energy, and physical resource talent, or even just if you can paint a board, you can probably help us. Move something, you can help us. Sweep the floor, you can help us. Any little bit you can do can help us, can help the town, can bring the vision to life, and we do know that it's one of those fun things that the community appears to enjoy over the last 17 years. So if you can reach out, we are on Southbridge Holiday Visions on Facebook. That is where we have our information, phone number, email address. You can just reach out and say, hey, I'm interested, what can I do? You can also, as I said, find updates on that website. I will be posting hours for this week. I will be there this week and beyond. So give us a call, give us a shot, be part of this year's vision. We could really use you. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Clemens. Anyone else? Thought I saw somebody hitting up. All right. Thank you all for your conversations with us tonight. Thank you so much. All right. All the councilors still good to move along with the agenda? Are you guys? Okay, good. All right. So, number 9, vote to confirm the town manager's reappointment of Christine Russell as town accountant, effective immediately through June 30th, 2029.
So moved.
Thank you. Thank you. This went through General Gov.
It did. This was recommended favorably at general government.
Very well. Any discussion? All those in favor? 8-0. 10, vote to confirm the town manager's reappointment of Tracy Pallone to the Board of Registrars, effective immediately through June 30th, 2029.
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. Any discuss? Oh, General Gov again.
Yes, this
Sorry.
was also favorable at general government.
Get used to that. Thank you, Counselor. Any discussion? All those in favor? 8-0. Number 11, vote to confirm the town manager's appointment of George Shenier to the Board of Health, effective immediately through June 30th, 2029.
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. This went through EHS.
It was pushed forward with recommendation.
Okay.
Sorry, it was recommended.
Very well. Any discussion? All those in favor? 8-0. Number 12, vote to confirm the town manager's appointment of Joseph Dow to the Zoning Board of Appeals, effective immediately through June 30th, 2029.
So moved.
Second.
This went through P&D? It did?
Yes, it did. And it was voted unanimously to move forward.
Thank you, Counselor. Any discussion? All those in favor? Wait, hold your hand up. Okay, 1, 2, 3, there's 4, 5. All those opposed? So is it 5-3? Counselor Klein, Counselor Steves, and Counselor Shanier? Granier. Voting no. Vote to confirm, number 13, vote to confirm the town manager's appointment of Mr. Zachary Martins as constable, effective immediately through June 30, 2029, pending state ethics training certification.
So moved.
Second.
Very well. This went through...
PP&P.
Oh, very well. Thank you. Councilor Kelly.
Yes, this went through PP&P, unanimously recommended the council.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Town Manager?
Mr. Martins is here, if anybody has any questions of Mr. Martins. He's right, sitting right there.
Well, Mr. Martin. You got like a 10-page speech you want to give? All set. All right, good to go. Any discussion? All those in favor? 8-0. Thank you. Number 14, vote to confirm the town manager's appointment of Ted Bartlett to the Council on Aging Committee immediately through June 30th, 2029, pending state ethics trainings certification. This went through EHS. Oh, sorry. Yes. Need a second. Thank you. EHS?
This was put forward with a recommendation.
Very well. Any discussion? All those in favor? 8-0. 15, vote to confirm the town manager's reappointment of Thomas Crow to the Historical Commission, effective immediately through June 30th, 2029.
So moved.
Second.
Very well. That went through P&D.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. This was unanimously recommended.
Thank you, sir. Discussion? All those in favor? 8-0. Vote to confirm the town council appointment of Jason Kelly as citizen member to the Protection of Persons and Property Subcommittee, effective immediately through June 30th, 2027, pending state ethics training certification.
So moved.
Second.
First and a second. This went through P&D. Councilor Day?
No, it went through PPP.
Oh, through PPP. Why did I put? Never mind. Yes. Councilor Kelly.
This matter was taken up by PPP and was unanimously approved.
Very well, Mr. Town Manager.
Jason is here this evening, if anybody has any questions. He's sitting right back there in front of Mr.
Do you got a speech or anything? Yeah, all right, good to go. Any discussion? Got it, all right, got it. Yes.
I like your name.
Here we go.
No relation.
All right, any other discussion on that? All those in favor? 8-0, favor of, welcome. All right, 17, vote to confirm the town council appointment of David Langevin as a citizen member to the Protection of Persons and Property Subcommittee immediately through June 30th, 2027, pending state ethics. Got a
Second.
first, got a second?
PPP.
Mr. Vice Chair, yeah.
This went through PPP and was unanimously approved.
Any discussion? All those in favor? 8-0. Number 18, vote to confirm the town council appointment of Denise Clements as a citizen member to the General Government Subcommittee effective immediately through June 30th, 2027.
So move. Second.
We got a first and a second. General Gov.
This was recommended favorably.
Very well. Any discussion? Councilor
I
Love?
would just like to say that I voted in favor of Denise Clements. She's a very hardworking person. She works hard on everything she does. I don't always agree with her, but she works very hard. And I think I always call her the 10th counselor. So if somebody, whether we disagree or agree, she's the 10th counselor. That's the way I look at Denise. She has a tremendous amount of experience in many areas, and I think, again, being on general government would be a tremendous asset.
Thank you, Councilor. Councilor Steves.
I wanted to kind of echo what Scott just said, and also that I've been obviously vice chair with her when she was chair, and I've been on the council, served on the council with her for many years previously. The reason I'm going to support her is exactly the reason why I'm not going to support Ariel, exactly what you just said, because she does her
Okay,
homework.
we'll stick to the agenda item. Thank you, Councilor. Appreciate it. All right, any other discussion? Councilor Montague.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. As the chairman of general government, I'm very excited to have, former Councilor Clements back. She's the all-time lifer counselor. Thank you very
well.
much.
Thank you. Any other discussion? All right, all those in favor? 8-0. Welcome back.
She never left.
I think we have a chair for her. I think it's just a chair. All right. We just put a name tag on it, yeah. All right, where are we at? Number 19, vote to confirm the town council appointment of Ariel Ortiz as citizen member to the General Government Subcommittee effective immediately through June 30th, 2027.
So move.
Second.
Got a first and a second. This went through General Gov.
Thank you. It was recommended favorably at general government.
Very well, thank you. Discussion? Yes.
Just a quick comment. He's a young Hispanic kid who got involved in council. He wants to stay involved, give back to the community. I respect that. I urge everybody to support him. He's young, he's got a lot to learn, and he's going to continue to learn as he stays involved. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilor Lazo. Any other discussion? Yes, Councilor Kelly.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, through you. I'd just like to say that I'm going to support Mr. Ortiz's nomination to general government. I agree with Councilor Lazo. He is a young guy. I want to encourage young people to get involved in town and stay involved in town. I'm glad to see that even despite his loss in the election, that he's willing and ready and actually excited to continue to serve the town. So I'm going to vote for Mr. Ortiz.
Thank you, Mr. Vice Chair. Any other discussion on this? All those in favor? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All those opposed? 5-3. Councilor Klein, Councilor Grenier, and Councilor Steves opposed. 20, vote to confirm the town council appointment of Zachary Laverne as a citizen member to the Education and Human Services Subcommittee effective immediately through June 30th, 2027, pending state ethics training certification.
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. This went through EHS.
Yep, with full recommendation.
Thank you, Councilor Klein. Any other discussion? Yes, Councilor Daniel.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, through you. I'd like to speak up for Zach. I've known him for a number of years. He's a stand-up kind of guy. He's involved in town. He wants to be further involved in town. He's a family man. He cares about, especially, education issues. I think he'll be a great addition to the AHS subcommittee.
Thank you, Councilor. Speech? No, just checking with you. All right, good to go. All right, any other discussion on this? All right, all those in favor? 8-0. Agenda number 21, vote to confirm the town council appointment of Dolores La Rochelle, or Dee Dee, as a citizen member to the Planning and Development Subcommittee, as a citizen member effective immediately through June 30th, 2027.
So move.
Second.
We've got a first and a second. Planning and Development?
Thank you, Mr. Chair, through you. Dee Dee's recommendation is unanimous, as well as Catherine's in item number 22. I'd like to say that they've been involved in P&D for a number of years, and top-notch, absolutely top-notch, very concerned, very strong opinions after strong thought. And I appreciate the fact that they wanted to be on the committee again for another year. So thank you.
Thank you, Councilor. Councilor Lazo.
If I may, I call her Dolores. But I just have to say I've served with her. I'm looking forward to serving on P&D with her. Her one strong suit is asking the right questions and really putting the feet to the fire on a lot of the issues or people that come in front of us with good ideas or bad ideas. And I think she's very, as the chairman of P&D says, a very strong person. But she articulates after the question to make everybody understand that there was something there that we didn't see. She's very, very talented in that area, and I really am looking forward to serving with her in the upcoming year if council supports.
Thank you, Councilor Lazo. Councilor Cully.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, through you. I just want to echo the comments of Councilor Lazo and Councilor Daniel. I've served with Dee Dee on the P&D committee over the last year and was very impressed with her, so I'm glad she wants to continue on, and I'll certainly support her. Thank you.
Any other discussion? Dee Dee, you got a speech? You all set? All right. All right. All those in favor? 8-0. Welcome back. 22, vote to confirm the town council appointment of Catherine T. Bernadone as a citizen member to the Planning and Development Subcommittee, as a citizen member effective June 30th, 2027, pending ethics training certification.
So moved.
Thank you.
Second.
Got a first and a second. This went through P&D, which the chair has already stated that was recommended favorably. Any discussion? Councilor Lazo.
I would urge the council to support this. These two ladies are like the dynamic duo of P&D. They know pig's temperature. They understand John. I think it's going to be a great year to build on the things that have already been built. And I really urge the support for this fine lady.
Thank you, Councilor Lazo. Any other discussion? Yep, Councilor Kelly.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, through you. I agree with Councilor Lazo. I served with Catherine on the P&D committee over the last year, and was very impressed with her, so I'm glad she wants to continue, and I welcome her again. Thank you.
Any other discussion? All those in favor? 8-0. Oh, Councilor Daniel, did you have something to say?
I just want to know what it is about me they need to understand.
You're very difficult.
We don't want to talk about you right now, Councilor. We're all good, but welcome, ladies, back to the planning development. All those in favor? 8-0. Thank you. Number 23, vote to approve the town clerk warrant for 2026 state primary in both English and Spanish, scheduled for Tuesday, September 1st, 2026.
So moved.
First and a second. This went through, didn't go through anybody but the town council here. But Mr. Town Manager?
No, I just did not go through.
Madam Town Clerk, I think you're back there. I see you now. Yep. Anything? She's already, obviously this is an event that happens every single year. We have to approve this. It goes straight to the town council. Any discussion on this? All those in favor? 8-0. Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. 24, vote to approve the establishment of an ad hoc town council rules and regulations committee consisting of 3 current members of the Southbridge Town Council to review the town council's rules, regulations, and complete its work by May 24, 2027, with their presentation to the town council at the first town council meeting 2027.
So move.
First and second, thank you very much. I just wanted to, I brought this straight up to the town council. Town council's responsibility to form any type of subcommittees. And then I've already, if it approved tonight, I've already appointed the 3 councilors as by the charter under 244 and obviously rule number 4 of our rules and regulations. Councilor Lazo.
For generations of council, normally the general gov would handle the town's rules and regulations, the council rules and regulations. And the reason why it was always done that way, long before me, I just carried on that same tradition if I had to, was that general government has all the experienced counselors that deal with the rules and regulations on a daily basis. And I with Denise Clements on that committee, and various other members, I didn't understand why it had to be another committee when general government was the one that always took care of this.
Right.
Why the change?
Thank you, Councilor Lazo. I'm going based on the history of 2023, in which I was assigned as the chair of this ad hoc committee, and I'm going based off of that solely. Obviously, the town council has the authority to add it or not, but that's, as a chair, that's what I just brought up here. I put a memo together on it, and that's how I went off of that. We were done pretty quickly within that year when we did the rules and regulations, and it was specific to one item and one item only. That's why it's called an ad hoc. And I know you know that, but that's why I put it that way. It was they could focus straight on one item, and that's it. They don't have to go through general gov to go through multiple items. That's the only reason why, Councilor. Very well, Councilor Steves.
I have no problem with doing it as an ad hoc. My question is simply, I would hope that this wouldn't take all year to do this. I'm thinking a couple of months maybe.
Well,
seriously?
Absolutely. I would say the same thing, but it did last time because we had to change some seats through some issues. But this gives plenty of time for the chair of that ad hoc committee to get it done right and bring forward to it. I will go back to council. I hope that answers your question, Councilor. But I will bring up on August of 2023, there was a change and it went through general gov. I do remember that, of one item in which we saw tonight, went from the 31st of July for citizen members to the 30th of June. That changed, but the general gov and the town council had that authority to make those changes for its own rules and regulations. Thank you. Councilor Lazo.
Mr. Chairman, with all due respect, I'm going to make a motion to refer to general government for discussion, not to do it, but to further discussion on what we're going to be doing going forward. Should it be in the chair's privy? Should it be in the council subcommittee recommendation to the full council? I just like to call for a motion to refer.
There's a motion on the table to refer this to general gov. Need a second?
Second.
Seconded by Councilor Montigny. Discussion.
I think
Councilor.
It's just a procedural thing that I just thought that the subcommittees are your 5 working committees. And usually when there's a committee outside, it's a committee for information. That ends up coming back to the council. And I just think that the subcommittee work is much more important than it being at that level, than it being at an ad hoc. I don't know, how it's going to be out. I'm really stuck. I don't know why it changed in 2023. It's like the secretary and the recording clerk discussion that we had, which is not anything to do with this. But things do change, and if they've been changed for a reason, I just would like to know that. So for further discussion,
Thank you, Councilor. Councilor Montigny.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I believe charter states that it is the town council's responsibility to create this committee, and it's the chair's responsibility to name the members. So I, as the chairman of general government, I have no problem personally with referring it down there to send it back up with a recommendation appropriately.
Very well. Thank you, Councilor. Councilor Klein.
Thank you for answering the question about the charter, Councilor Montigny. That was going to be my question to you, Chair. I'm not sure what the purpose of sending it to Gen Gov to then appoint the 3 people that have already been discussed. I think everybody up here knows why we're reviewing town council rules and regulations. And I feel like it's more appropriate to be done in the ad hoc committee.
Thank you, Councilor Klein. Any other discussion on this? The one thing I would say here is I refer to, and I know the Charter Review Committee is a little bit bigger and it's also within the charter itself, but we did refer that back to General Gov, which I'm not really understanding why we did that the past, but I would say that the reason why I did it was the history. We did it back in 2023, which was 3 years ago, and that's how I'm seeing it at this point. Again, it's up to the council though. Councilor Lazo again.
The previous speaker said, everybody knows. Well, I'm not in the know. So I don't know why it's like that. That's why I'm asking the question. That's why I'm referring it. Because if I knew, I wouldn't be referring it. So that's why I would like to refer it to subcommittee for discussion.
Okay. Thank you, Councilor Daniel.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, through you. I believe the chair's acting within his rights as the council chair to do what he feels is needed for various subjects and issues that come before the council. I understand that perhaps past precedent was one way, but that doesn't preclude the chair from doing it a different way. So if this is what the chair's wish is, I'm willing to support the chair. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilor. Any other discussion on this issue? All right, right now, we're all good? Okay, so right now, the motion on the table is refer it back to General Gov. We got a first and we got a second. All those in favor of referring it back to General Gov? You have two. All those keep it what we have right now, or at least what the memo states, the motion on the table? Okay, it's a 2 to, you guys got to make me do math, 2 to 6. And I would say Councilor Lazo, Councilor Montigny 4, and the 6 no. So it's referred back to the actual motion on the table. All those in favor? Oh, say, any discussion on that?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'd like to offer an amendment. I believe that this agenda item, again, because, things like this are supposed to go to subcommittee to get written, just like we said. So, I think it's really muddy. I think the second half of it is a little awkward, personally, like the part where it says, and complete its work by May 24th, 2027 with the... I'm not going to touch that, though, because I know you want that there. But everything before and complete its work, I'd like to strike that and offer an amendment for simply this, because it's very cleaner. Maybe this is just me being very technical, but it's just this is so muddy. Establish an ad hoc rules and regulations committee pursuant to Charter, Section 2-4-4. The chair shall appoint members in accordance with the Charter. And then, and complete its work by May 24th, 2027 with their presentation to the town council, et cetera.
I hope you got that written down, buddy.
Well, it's already written down.
Gotta go. All right, gotta go. Thank you.
I'm just reading.
I'm just saying, I too slow for me.
Just reading the end of your agenda.
Very well. There's an amendment. Is there a second?
Second for the point of discussion.
Discuss the amendment. I'll start off by saying I'm okay with leaving the date in there or removing the date. I'm okay with that too as well.
Yeah, I'm not asking to. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Very well. Thank you. Any other discussion on that? Oh, Councilor Lazo.
Mr. Chairman, I'm going to vote against it on the basis of undermining the very 5 subcommittees that every time something happens, we're going to do it a different way. The charter was really explicit about the strength in subcommittees, and I know that I've always been a believer in doing subcommittee work. Even today when you spoke about you can speak at the podium and speak to the issue, you also can come to a subcommittee and speak, and that's where usually the heavy lifting's done. Then you come to the council, basically, it's hammered out. So with all due respect, I'm gonna vote no.
Thank you, Councilor Lazo. Any other discussion on this? Okay, motion's on the table for an amendment, which Councilor Montigny has read off. All those in favor of the amendment? Okay. All those opposed to the amendment? Okay. Councilor Montigny was the only one in favor of it, but thank you for the amendment. I appreciate it, and I understand why you did it as well. And so now the original motion is back up on the table. Any discussion again? All right.
Actually, I do have something.
Yes, Councilor Steve.
As you know, I'm currently on GenGov, and I was past chairman for 6 years. And I think having seen 6 years of GenGov's duties, I think that something like this really probably should be an ad hoc committee, because GenGov has so much work to do as it is now.
Okay. Thank you, Councilor. Any other discussion on this? All right. No more. All those in favor? Let me count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It has to be 6, right? And then against? 2. All right. Councilor Lazo, Councilor Montigny opposed. 6-2. Motion passes. Just so you know, let me find that. I just, within the memo I gave to the town council, Councilor Klein is the chair, Councilor Daniel and Grenier will be members of that ad hoc committee. Thank you so much. All right, 25, vote to enter in a contract with Munifin Incorporated, the town of Southbridge for the town treasurer collector services from July 1st, 2026 through January 31st, 2027, unless terminated sooner, as provided for in the contract. Allow town manager to sign all related documents.
So moved.
I need a motion a second, maybe. All right, gonna go. Discussion, this went to General Gov, correct?
It was favorable, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, sir, appreciate it. Any discussion on this?
Mr. Chairman, I just want to clarify, for the people who are watching, is that although this is cited as a company, we're specifically bringing back Joanne Savageau, who has been acting as our treasurer collector for a while. She was in before. She came back to kind of fill the gaps. So she's got some of the experience that we need, and hopefully we can find somebody who will have similar experience that can be a permanent full-time person before this runs out.
Thank you, Councilor. Mr. Town Manager.
Thank you, Councilor Steves. Previous speaker stated that we are very fortunate that Joanne, when I first got here in August of '23, Joanne was serving as our interim treasurer collector through a company as well. Upon the recruitment of the prior treasurer collector, Joanne stayed with us since that date and was serving with our opera municipal finance. And when our treasurer collector decided to depart, we were very fortunate to have her in-house, so we did not lose any continuity of services and institutional knowledge. So it's regretful that this state does not allow us to pay individually like they do with teachers for waivers. We are working with Representative Marcy to see if we can get that language changed so that municipal government could do the same as schools, but we are very fortunate that Joanne's here with the history and the knowledge of the town, and hopefully we can recruit somebody soon. We are actively doing that, as well as going to be coming to town council with a presentation for some possible services to recruitment services in the near future, and then hopefully keep her on as a mentor if we find somebody with some minimal experience. But thank you for her service to the town. It's truly appreciated.
See, this town manager, she's been a godsend, to be honest with you, with the town, from the treasurer to the ARPA, and checked us all the way through. But thank you, and thanks to Joanne for sticking with us. We really do appreciate it. Any other discussion? All those in favor? 8-0. 26, vote to accept the FFY 2025 Emergency Management Performance Grant, or EMPG, program in the amount of $4,950. Allow town manager to sign all related paperwork.
So moved.
Thank you.
Second.
Thank you. This went to PPP.
Yes.
Mr. Vice Chair.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Through you, this was unanimously recommended by PPP.
Any discussion? All those in favor? 8-0? Okay, thank you. Number 27, vote to accept the Hazard Mitigation Grant, or HGMP, from the Federal Emergency Management Agency, FEMA, to fund the town council, to fund the town of Southbridge Town Hall Generator Project in the grant amount of up to $133,262.25, and allow the town manager to sign all related paperwork.
So move.
Second. This went through PPP.
Yes.
Vice Chair?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chair. Through you, this was unanimously recommended by PPP.
Thank you, sir. Discussion? All those in favor? 8-0. Thank you. 28, vote to direct the town manager to take the appropriate steps necessary to engage in the town joining the Central Massachusetts Regional Emergency Communications Center, or CMRECC, as a result of the June 9th town election non-binding questions.
So moved. Second.
All right, discussion.
This was,
Oh, yes.
this was, at subcommittee, this went through PPP and was unanimously recommended.
Thank you, Mr. Vice Chair. Discussion on this one. Yeah, Mr. Town Manager?
Yes, thank you, just for the public that's out there and those counselors. So the reason for this step is the fact that the town, prior session of the town council voted not to join the regional dispatch, and based on the non-binding question and the direction, it's not incumbent on me to take the first steps to secure and see if we should join the regional dispatch. I need direction from the town council to say whether in fact this is the direction that this town council wants to take in regards to this question. This would direct myself and the two chiefs to work collaboratively, if so, given the authority to move in that direction or not to move in that direction. But I cannot take unilateral action just based on a non-binding question, so that's why the question is here, to give the town manager and the two chiefs direction as to what the town council wishes us to do.
Thank you, Mr. Town Manager. Discussion within the council. All right, Councilor Steves?
I just have a quick question. Do you have any idea at this point how long this is likely to take?
We've had some preliminary conversations. They're still working on the process. And a lot of it is the fact that this district is now formed.
Right.
So they're under a different set of bylaws as previously.
Right.
So we have to work through what that would take. So I'll have a better sense once I give the okay that I can actually engage in those type of questions.
Thank you, Councilor. Councilor Lazo.
Mr. Chairman, with all due respect, this has been a hard issue. Went to the ballot. I have never voted against a ballot question in my political career. But at the same time, I know that I still feel in heart of hearts, once they get done the fuzzy math and smoke and mirrors, and this happens, I'm going to be the old guy in a rocking chair saying, I told you so. I've done that before, and I think I'm going to do it again. So on this issue, with all due respect to the voters and to the council, I will be abstaining on this vote.
Thank you, Councilor Lazo. I appreciate your honesty and I appreciate your comments. Councilor Montague.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Chairman. I mean, as you know, I was pretty vocal about no on this one, and I'm going to abstain because, you know, I can't go against the voters, but I can't in my conscience support this, so I will abstain too. But can someone just explain something to me? I couldn't make 2 cents of it at watching the PPP meeting. Did somebody say that there was like, maybe this might not be good for Southbridge anymore? Did I hear a counselor say they had to do some more research to see if this was still like a viable thing? I thought it was the vice chairman. I could be wrong. I thought somebody said that they don't know what's going on exactly anymore, and I don't know. I just, if you could just explain, maybe I'm making it up.
Thank you, Councilor Montague. Councilor Kelly.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, through you. Let me clarify that.
Please, thank
okay?
you.
Because I feel that this is the best thing for Southbridge. All right. The question is, we have to start this process again because we are not in a position to really affect the bylaws anymore since we decided as a council not to be involved. All right. So now they have bylaws in place. All right, one of the things that we have to do as a town, and what the manager has to do, is we have to sit down and negotiate again with the district, and hopefully we can come to terms, because I do believe in the long run that this is going to be to the benefit of Southbridge. All right, I've stated my reasons why in several past meetings. I'm not going to go through them again, but the fact of the matter is we have to restart this process because we took the ill-advised vote to get out of the district, or not to participate. As a result, now we have to start with negotiating with those folks that are in the district. I believe that they want us in. All right, they have established, but they've already established bylaws that we have to review. All right, to make sure that those are still in the best interest of Southbridge. Preliminarily, I can say I don't think there's any problem, but that's, you know, the devil's always in the details, okay? So that, I think, is what my comment was at PPP, okay? But I am wholeheartedly in support of moving forward with this.
Thank you, Councilor. Councilor Martinez.
Thank you. It threw you maybe to yourself or the previous speaker. I just appreciate very much the explanation. When you say renegotiate, are you saying that the numbers that we were given the last few months are not the numbers anymore that exist on the table right now for Southbridge? You said renegotiate.
Comment.
I guess I have
yeah, sure.
I don't think there's so much.
Hold on a minute. You addressing me?
I said through you to whoever.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, please.
Town manager, go ahead.
Yeah, I think the question is going to be, when we say negotiate, it's going to have to be, one, do you want us at the table or not? The numbers are going to be the numbers by whatever formula it is. So whatever the formula is, I don't have the bylaws in front of me or what their formula may be. So I can't say that the numbers are wrong from previously. They may be less. They may be a little bit more. I don't know. It's all dependent on what that agreement is and how they articulated in the agreement what the proportional costs are per town, such as, is it proportional through population only, call volume, or the what. So I believe it is just population based, so our percentage shouldn't change on the number of percentage-wise based on total population divided by each town's set population number. So, yeah, so I think when they say negotiation, it's the negotiation, one, to get into the agreement, what does the agreement say, and all that, but it's just, I don't think there's any comment here right now, not to speak for the Vice Chairman, but as to the change in the dollar amount, because we'll see what that is.
Okay, if I could continue.
Yeah, go ahead, Councilor.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'd like to speak to the part about the June 9th town election non-binding question. Who was the author of that question?
Well, that would be, I can take the hit, and Councilor Klein also brought it up too. So it's
some-
both of us, yes.
Is that what it says on the paperwork of generating the start of the petition and everything?
Well,
Is it both?
We generated the actual question, yes. Yep.
Okay, and then submitting the question is who took I've never done a petition. Who takes whose name's on it, signed as, I have been the person to submit the names? Is it the whole town, all 756, or is there an organizer?
The signatures?
Yeah, is there an organizer of the signatures when they're handed into the town clerk? Is there somebody who, this was a petition created and submitted by this person?
That'd be both myself and probably Councilor Klein. I don't know if we had anybody else.
Okay, thank you very much.
No, good.
The petition question was sent to KP Law, and I think she worded...
Go ahead, speak in the mic. Speak in the mic, please.
Oh, sorry. Jack, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe KP Law reviewed it and made any adjustments to the question and sent it back to Maddie. And that's the question that was on the petition.
I just want to know who's the author. Who's taking responsibility for it?
Yeah, that'd be me and Councilor Klein.
Okay, thank you very much.
And the town people of Southbridge.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you.
Yeah, anything else?
I understood exactly what Councilor Kelly said at the meeting, and I thought it was good advice to the council and to the manager. My question is, if you go through this negotiations and things change, and it doesn't match what the people voted after all the information we fed to those voters, what do we do?
Well, that's what we have the discussions and the bargaining about.
Okay.
And that comes at a future use. The only reason why tonight is to make sure that we actually go through the correct process in doing this. As the town manager has stated, and also as the vice chair has stated, you still have to go through a process. Now that the regional dispatch has actually stood up, the game is a little bit different compared to what it was 5 months ago at this point in time.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any other discussion?
Okay.
Yeah, through some.
Just to make it clear, too, it's not giving me authority to sign anything. Still has to come back through council, still has to get through the council adoption and all that, just for the people out there in the public as well.
Good. Ms. Clemens?
It's a very important topic, and a lot of people, as we saw in June 9th, came out for this. There was a lot of information. It was put out there, absolutely. It was vetted by our police chief and our fire chief, and it was all over the internet for people to watch. It was, to the best of anyone's ability, the correct information that we had in that moment. And I think that the town managers put it pretty succinctly that, you have to go back now and you have to go through the process. And so I hope that doesn't discourage anyone, because the people of this town really came out to show what they wanted, what they expected. And so that's what I think we all expect of this council, to support what the town wanted. So I'm glad it's come up. I'm glad this conversation takes place, and I look forward to what the reality of the official contract is as the process goes forward. But there's no more time for dilly-dallying. It's time to move forward and to find out and to make the people of this community realize that their vote really mattered. So thank you for that. But I have to ask, the reason I jumped up is, Mr. Chair, if you could take just an extra second when you ask for discussion, because sometimes an audience person would like to speak before everybody raises and votes on something.
Very well.
So the previous question was about the $133,000 or whatever. Is there a cost to us, because it says nowhere there, as far as this fund, the town hall generator project with a grant of $133,262.25, is there a portion that the town pays into that grant?
Go ahead, Mr. Town Manager.
Thank
Go
you.
ahead.
Through you, Mr. Chairman. Yes, there is. We already had $135,000 allocated through a capital project capital project for this generator. Thankfully, with the chief and Peg working through FEMA and the BRIC grant, we were able to get the grant. So our match is $42,000, I believe. 42,000 of that 135. So it'll give us additional monies if we have to do any additional work to make sure it's done correctly. But yes.
Thank you. Yeah, on things like that where it's like, oh, we got this grant, great. Some people are sitting there going, great, we got the 135. But they may not know we're paying the 42. So I think it's just important information for transparency, especially when it comes to money out of the pockets. So thank you for that explanation and for allowing me to ask that question at the wrong time.
And I believe that money's been allocated since, what, 2019, I think that was out there?
Yeah.
So that's a long time capital
Yeah, I remember
project
generator
that's been
talk for a long time, and then when I saw that number, I thought, well, that sounds good, but... So at least at first I thought you were going to tell me it was a matching 135, and I was like, the project is that much money? But thank you for clarifying, it was only 42, which is a lot, but thank you.
Thank you very much. Any other discussion on, did we vote on this last one, the 28th?
Not yet.
Thanks for throwing me off track, it's like squirrel. All right, any other discussion on 28? All those in favor? 6?
2 abstentions.
And there are 2 abstentions.
No, I think we voted.
Yeah.
What voters say?
Abstaining.
You're abstaining, that's what I thought. It's 6-0-2. Both Council Lazo and Montini are abstaining from the vote. Thank you very much.
You voted.
I know you did. It's all good. I do it too sometimes. All right. 29, vote to accept the Massachusetts Preservation Project Fund, MPPF, grant match in the amount of $25,000 to fund investigation into the Town Hall tower conditions and provide construction documents. Allow the town manager to sign all related documents.
So,
Second.
And this went through P&D?
Yep.
Thank you.
This was approved unanimously by P&D Subcommittee.
Thank you, Councilor Daniel. Mr. Town Manager?
Yes, for the previous citizen speaker, yes, this is a matching grant, $25,000. We already have it budgeted and approved in project number 64820 on a prior town council vote when we voted to go out for the approval. This is the second time that we've gotten this grant for this facility. This will allow us to do the tower construction documents and investigation and come up with the magical $1 million solution to fix the tower.
Or $2 million, right?
Or $2 million, or $10 million. Depending on who we speak to.
Addressing the situation.
Yeah.
Thank you. Any other discussion on 29? All those in favor? 8-0. 30, vote to accept the change order to the Quinnebog Valley Rail Trail construction to David G. Roach and Sons to include additional paving, a crosswalk with rectangular rapid flashing beacon, and additional parking contingent on EDA approval, all afforded within our existing funds.
so move.
Second.
Thank you. There's for a second. This went through P&D as well. Yes, sir.
And it was approved unanimously.
Very well. Thank you, Councilor Daniel. Is there any discussion here? Mrs. Clements.
Thank you. How much is the change order?
I'll defer to Peg. I think we're trying to seek quotes, but first we have to make sure we get the approval that we can do it so that we can then submit the change orders for the dollar amount, because it's all through the federal EDA.
Or at least an approximation of what this change order is costing us. And I'll make that same comment kind of from before. I noticed doing historically, looking back at a number of old minutes, change order 3, change order 1, and I realize it might have been discussed at a meeting somewhere, but when you're up here, this is the meeting for the citizens. So you need to, change order in the amount of would be really nice, or what the project really was, not just change order number 3 or something.
So I
just a suggestion from a public person, that's all.
No, if I may, I do respect that comment, and the fact on this one, it's kind of complicated because of the EDA and the type of approval process that we need and all that, but I'll let Peg finish that.
Yeah, Ms. Dean.
Yes, if I may, through you, Chair. I think if everybody remembers, we were supposed to have completed this project by April. We've had the privilege of being under budget. However, for any change order, we have to get, like the town manager said, we have to get the EDA's approval. We're not sure if we're going to be able to pull this one off because we were originally within the rail trail easement right? Anything within the rail trail easement, we had to go through this arduous checklist to prove title of the rail trail, which, we had to approve the lease, and then they approve us going forward with the scope of the project. These last items are outside of that easement. And so we have to go through this new arduous checklist with the EDA to see if we can proceed with spending the last of the money that's within our EDA, our existing EDA grant. Otherwise, the money's off the table. So we're trying to spend the last of the EDA money that's available, and we have to get approval to be, as you all know, so like this will be crossing, right, 131. This will be crossing down on Old North Woodstock Road. So if we can have it our way, we'll be able to spend that money. We have to do it by September. So we're doing a bit of, grant cartwheels here, aerobics, or acrobatics, I guess, to try to pull this off. If we can do it, great. I would love to be able to follow up with the town council with those exact numbers and with the exact change order number.
Very well. Thank you, Mr. Dean. Councilor Steves.
Yeah, quick question. How much money do we have left in the grant?
So because right now we're trying to use, as you know, within a contract, you have quantities, you have items, and then you have quantities of those items. Right now we're trying to use some of the money on existing items. We're increasing quantities on site furnishings such as benches. We're doing signage. I think some of you might have heard through, for instance, the subcommittee meeting. We're increasing signage. We're getting signs, for instance, for Golden Creek and some of the businesses that might be negatively impacted by people who shouldn't be parking there. So we're trying to, as a courtesy, put up, please do not park at those businesses, and then we're putting up the historic signs, et cetera. So we're trying to use the funds there. We had about $140,000 left over that we're trying to play down, that we're trying to spend down. So fingers crossed we can pull this off. It's all good news, obviously, to be under budget. So it's it's a great thing.
Thank you, Steve. That answer your question? You good? Yes. Any other discussion? All those in favor? 8-0.
Thank you.
Thank you. 31, Councilors Forum. We'll go out. Councilor Montigny.
Nothing tonight, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, sir. Councilor Steves.
I don't have anything either.
Wait for the third wheel to fall off. Councilor Grenier, go ahead.
I'd just like to thank the fire department for our tour today. As the others have said, it was amazing. Something that our men deserve. More space, a lot more clean space, I should say, compared to what's over here. And again, I look forward to them finally opening so we can see it.
That would be good.
Thank you. Councilor Klein.
I'd also like to say thank you to Deputy Chief Hulick and Chief Normandin for the tour today. It was really wonderful to see the fire station coming along, and very excited to see it open in late October, early November. I also would like to say thank you to the residents who spoke during Citizens Forum this evening about their concerns regarding data centers. It's not always easy to get up to the podium and speak about your issues, but your engagement and willingness to share your perspectives is so important to the process. Thanks again for showing up and talking about your concerns. And lastly, Wellstorm Inc. will be hosting Rockin' into the new school year bash on August 22nd from 1 to 4 in the town common. All this event, Wellstorm provides students with book bags, supplies, haircuts for kids. Parents can register their children at thewellstorminc.org, or if anybody would like to make a donation, they can contribute online at thewellstorminc.org. Thanks.
Thank you. Councilor Daniel.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, through you. I fell asleep at the switch and I didn't get a chance to make a statement about the appointment of Town Accountant Christine Russell. So I apologize to her for not saying it at the time, but I'd just like to speak to her for a second, to the citizens. She's been on 3 years now, I believe, and she's done yeoman's work. She came in a difficult situation. She had to learn on the job, and she knows what she knows, and more importantly, I guess, is she knows what she doesn't know, and then she goes out and learns what she needs to know. I've known her for quite a few years. She's a sincere individual. She's bright. She's intelligent. She's articulate. And she, in my opinion, my estimation, she has the genuine interest of the town of Southbridge at heart. So I was pleased to vote for her this evening, and I wish her another good 3 years. As far as one of the citizen members that was speaking tonight and spoke eloquently on the P&D meeting that was held in May, I'd like to thank her for what sounded to me like to be a very good recitation on what had happened that evening and when it happened. And just for the information of the citizenry, I'd like to say that I believe that meeting was held on May 21st, 2026, so that if you want to go back onto YouTube and look up the meeting, I believe, again, hold me to it, but I believe it was the 21st of May. It was an interesting meeting. It was a long meeting. The Lundgren representative spoke to a lot of different issues. The data center was just one of them. If you're going to go back and look at the meeting, don't just look at it for the data center, but look at it for the entire picture that was discussed that night. I think it's important for the town of Southbridge. Obviously, there's a lot of feeling and emotion about one particular item on that meeting, but there was a lot more that came out that night, and it's definitely important to the town. So I ask you that, go back, look at the meeting, get what you can out of it, but please look at it in the whole picture as well. It was more than just one item. It was very important to the town. Thank you. That's all I have.
Thank you, Councilor. Councilor Lazo.
I got a few things. First of all, the Rios Park down at Charles Street Recreation, it's in full swing. We're in some difficulties. I'm acting as the coordinator. I'm helping Peg Dean on the job, and I think what we have is we've corralled a lot of great volunteers at Southbridge. First of all, John Daniels working with me hand in hand on it. If I can't make the meeting, John can. Today we had a meeting with the chairman, and Peg Dean, of course, as usual, high energy. I love it. We have 2 bathrooms to rehab that were torn out, doors and everything. The Petro Masonry stepped up. He's going to do the doors, the handicap access brake bars. We're putting changing tables for little kids. Pro Plumbing, donating all the plumbing, which is Gil Provost, who sits on the council. Splain Landscaping right now, if you drive down and want to take a look at it, he's installing the base walls to bring it up to the concrete slab so Potlow Paving can put in the little kids' racetrack. It's actually a paved little road with lines on it and everything. The slides, the Rios family picked out what type of furniture is going in. The fencing, we moved some things around from the blueprint to make it a safer place for small kids. But again, the volunteer work that's coming forward, everybody wants help. We have more hands than you could shake a stick at. We have businesses donating paint, various other things. It's a great success story for a great person who passed on too young, Marcos Rios. I'd like to commend the Italian Club on another successful pig roast. I miss my fellow member, Councilor Kelly. They did a fantastic job. Community-driven, packed, nice job. We'll see you next year, again. The East Main Street project, if anybody hasn't noticed, it's completed. I don't hear any complaints about it anymore, but there is one I had. The manholes were paved to the ring, and the rings are done correctly, the pavement's done correctly. Some of the covers are a little low, 1 inch. When you drive over them, they bang. Some of the residents up on Jenison said, I hear the bang, bang, bang. So I sat down with the town manager, Pete Faventure, and they're gonna put some rings around the bases to stop them from rattling. And then after, if we could probably work on finishing that right side. My prayers are still with Pioppi on his work that he did there, and hope he recovers. It was an interesting thing when I heard about the Lundgren Group. I actually know Barry Lundgren. I sat with him as the chairman on some of the workings of the bridge, housing, manufacturing. We have an Eagle Picture Group. I talked to an admiral from the Pentagon when problems hit the fan. It's not like public notice, but we formulating with Councilor Adams, Daniels, and some of the other councils I worked with, We're trying to get a partnership with a group that actually has the money to make it right. The last group didn't have the money to make it right. He's in such problems, I don't want to talk about it tonight. But on the Lundgren group, like we have Eagle Pitch, I'm just going to give you a for instance. If we get the bridge pushed through, which looks good, they want to take over another building inside the AO and create jobs for machinists. They said 25, 30 machinists here. Good jobs. I sat there and said, that's a breath of fresh air. Instead of housing in an industrial area. Then all of a sudden I heard different stuff. Never really heard that, there's a lot of options from the federal government that he's looking at. All of a sudden this data center comes into the picture. I'm going to be honest, I don't know the difference from a data center and a ham salad sandwich. But I'm the kind of guy that I'm curious. I want to do the homework on this. I'm a guy that loves participation. When people come to a meeting and participate and place their opinions on the table. What I don't like and I hate is misinformation when someone talks water. I was chairman of the committee that bought the water company. We have studies that were done. We could divert Hatchet Brook and service West Dudley, all of Sturbridge, and all of Charlton. With them telling me that in worse drought conditions, back in the 80s, nothing's changed, gang. When you talk about power, good points that are being brought up by citizens, but there's a power plant that services the whole facility in there. We just ran a line into Eagle Pitcher so they could separate the bill. Don't say no till you know. I don't know anything about data centers. I'm just hearing about the boogeymen. I'm open-minded. I'm not for or against a data center. But in looking at it, noise, we're putting it in an industrial park that used to make more noise when it was the AO. I grew up here. I used to walk to school, walk by there. But they were in an area where there's no housing around it. So when I listened to the people that were participating, I want to really delve into the research. I want to go see one. I'll drive to one and pull up and talk to people. What do we got to do? We need to do our homework on this. If it's not good for Southbridge, let's work with this team from Lundgren to say, this is not quite what we want, and I'm willing to work together with you. Let's find the common ground. Maybe you can give a little, we'll get a little. We want what's best interest of the town. We know you're going to have to make money. We know people are going to call you money grubbers and all that. We need to work out Southbridge first. If it's bad for us, we don't go with it. If it's good for us, let's embrace it. But let's not kill it when we don't know what we're talking about yet. So I can't kill it, or I can't raise a flag saying I'm for it. But I am going to tell my fellow voters, I want to do the homework on this one. Could be a good thing, I don't know. Could be a bad thing, I don't know. But we will know soon. And when we do the homework, we'll make the decision at that time. But to jump out on any issue and to be against it before it even comes to the manager's office is an amazing concept. I've never seen that in Southbridge before, but it's here to stay. I'd just like to say thank you very much for your time. Sorry I took too much time, but when it comes to this job as a councilor, it's team concept, cost of living, quality of life, and safety. Let's do our homework. If they answer yes on these things, we might have somebody to work with. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Councilor Lazo. Mr. Vice Chair.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, through you. First of all, I went on the tour of the fire station today. Thank you to Deputy Chief Hulligan and also Chief Normandin. That facility is state-of-the-art. It's going to be a tremendous improvement over what they have right now, especially for our firefighters. They're essentially going from the 19th century into the 21st overnight when they move into that building. It's a quite impressive facility. One of the key things I think that it's going to help us do is it's going to help us with retention in the fire department, which has been a problem. Also, it's going to improve the health and safety of our firefighters. They're going to have state-of-the-art decontamination decontamination facilities in that building, which they do not have now. So this is really a huge upgrade for the fire department, and it's a great improvement for the town. On July 14th, I attended the school committee meeting, the reorganization meeting, and the subsequent school committee meeting. I just want to say congratulations to the chair, Brittany Davison, for being elected chair, and for the vice chair, Carla Dela Cruz, for being elected vice chair at that meeting. I look forward to a very productive year working with the school committee. I think as we move forward towards our mutual goal of removing the school department from receivership and finally being re-enfranchising the town in its school department. I think we have a great partner in Bill Metzger. He is very attentive, attends all the school committees, acting like a superintendent as opposed to a receiver, and I really appreciate that from him. I think he's a good partner. Other things I'd want to bring up, first of all, I'd like to thank Sharon for your service. I appreciate it. You've done a great job. Your minutes have been fantastic, and appreciate all the dedication that you've had in the town over the last couple of years. We'll like to say one thing about the data centers. This all stemmed, I believe, I think everybody's correct, Councilor Daniel, Councilor Lazo. It was a comment in a meeting in which the Lundgren Group participated back in May. They presented a lot of information at that meeting. There was one, while they were talking about potential uses for that site, they did mention a potential data center, but they mentioned it almost in passing, as I recall. I don't think they went into any detail about it. That said, so let's be clear, there's nothing pending in town. Nobody's filed a permit to build a data center here. There's nothing before the planning board concerning a data center. Nobody's actually gone through the process that it would take to even start that process. They'd have to do environmental studies. They'd have to go through the planning board, and they'd have to get permits. None of that is in play right now. What it does do, though, is it does, I think, make us a little more aware, all right, of something that may be coming to town, something that maybe not with this group, maybe with somebody else who wants to come to town and do this. So let's go out and get the information. I agree with Councilor Lazo, we get the information. What I've heard about data centers, there are different kinds of data centers. There's large ones and small ones and medium ones. All right, each one of them is going to have a different impact on the community. They do use a lot of electricity because of what they do. I mean, they're pulling data, and especially if they're with AI uses a lot of energy. That's been in the news. Everybody's aware of that. They also use a lot of water for cooling. All right, but what's the how is that water going to be used? Is it going to be I think somebody came up here and mentioned, is it going to be reclaimed, all right, or is it just going to be, used and thrown back into the reservoir? There are a lot of questions that come along with that. One of the things that we're doing is we're talking about perhaps a moratorium, which be for a limited time, all right, so that we can study the issue, all right, we can figure out whether these things are good or whether they're bad. But I don't think we should get too excited about it at this point. There is nothing pending in town right now. All right, we are taking the action as a council. We're being proactive. We're going to meet. We're going to talk about doing a bylaw. We'll put a moratorium, a very temporary moratorium on these things, just so that we can study it. We're going to talk about see if that's even feasible. But let's tamp it down a bit here, all right? Everything is going to be done in the public sphere. If somebody comes to do wanting to put in a data center in, it's not going to happen overnight. All right, there are going to be public hearings after public hearings after public hearings on, starting with the planning board. All right, they're going to have to do environmental studies. They're going to have to do a lot of work in order to even get that thing going. So let's do the work now. Let's be proactive, but let's not get all excited about it yet. Okay. So that's all I have to say on data centers. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Vice Chair. Agenda item number 32, discussion of next meeting. That's you.
Yeah, that's me. Our next meeting is Monday, August 10th, 2026 at 7 p.m.
Thank you very much.
Here in this room.
Motion to adjourn.
So moved.
First, second, discussion. All those in favor? Council Montigny? No?
Having
All
too
right.
much fun. Thank you.
8-0. Thanks, appreciate it.
You stay here, I'm leaving.
Yeah.